what could possibly go wrong, right? It's not like we're scheming to try to kill the king of one of the most powerful nations in the continent. You know, it's just your typical everyday Witcher ongoings. Nothing out of the ordinary, really. Your typical Tuesday. Okay, and is that his ship? Maybe, but either way, we're gonna have to go around a little bit to actually get to the dock from which we can access it. I think it may be. Certainly look, yeah, I mean, that's gotta be it, right? Got the big fancy sails. Can't really tell from this side if it's bigger than the other ships, but at least when it was docked at Oxenford, it certainly appeared as though it was much bigger. I mean, that might also be a Jordanian ship next to him, but at this angle now, the sail from the big ship looks like it was part of the small ship. Yeah, no, that's definitely Radovid. Okay, so, all right, just keep it cool. Just try to convince him that we have Philippa, and we have met her. There is some merit to saying that. Just, you know, if he is suspicious of why we're leading him out, then don't act too suspicious, is all. You know, just lead him to Temple Isle. And whatnot. So, say people who are trying to guard the king's life, how's it going? Mind if we pay him a visit?
Witcher Geralt, what do you want?
You know, no big deal or anything, just like an audience with the king.
An audience. Got new information about Philippa Eilhart.
I'll need your weapons. Now follow me.
Alright.
Your Majesty, the Witcher, with news of Philippa Eilhart.
I hope you brought something better than magic crystals this time.
And I'm immediately reminded of how annoying Radovid is.
Or perhaps you seek to trick me.
Oh,
like
man.
the others.
Yeah, he is paranoid. And already he's suspicious of us, but what others? Humor me. Who are you suspicious of?
What others?
He's gonna just name drop all the people that were working in front now, right?
A rumor went around that I generously reward any who bring information about Eilhart. There's no shortage of the greedy and the stupid, so a queue quickly formed at the gangway to the ship. The first aboard was a hunter. Brought me a dead owl with no eyes. He thought I'd believe it, shower him with gold. I had him blinded, then thrown overboard with a stone tied round his neck. The second was the postmaster from Oxenford. Claimed to have a letter she'd penned. It was forged, of course. I had his fingers cut off. He'll never write again. Oh, and I took his tongue. The spoken lie is just as reprehensible.
Yeah!
Needless to say, the rest of the queue dispersed quickly.
Okay. So, you know, there's a little bit of a taste of what we might experience if, say, Radovid were to find out that we were trying to trick him, and if we are to fail on our mission, you know, we'll probably be brutally tortured in the worst way possible. And maybe we'll be spared with a merciful death after that. But this is Radovid we're talking about, right? So, probably not. So, I mean, we are a professional, right? You can totally trust us. Don't worry about it, man. We're definitely not trying to kill you.
I'm a professional. Got a reputation to uphold.
Professional
Be
killer?
stupid of me to come to you empty-handed.
Hmm?
My father's ring. Philippa used it to stamp her decrees, then distribute them as the word of the king. Where is
Sounds
she?
like a very Philippa thing to
Under
do.
your nose, sire. In Novigrad. In a house on the bridge leading to Temple Isle.
Why haven't you brought her to me?
Gotta capture someone to take them anywhere. All I did was track her down, then stole this ring as proof that I had.
Do you fear her?
No, you want to kill her yourself. With your own hands. I know this.
Oh, will he take the
You
bait?
should come with me. Hubrecht, gather the men.
How many, sire?
All of them.
All of them.
Hey!
Well, where is she? Where is Philippa?
This music is a little too peaceful for
I was
this.
on the bridge, closer to the other end.
Close off this end. We need no guests, no innocent bystanders, or witnesses. Damian, Duke, Egbert, Freak, Caspar. You shall stay here, secure the rear, and kill the Witcher.
Oh. Really? Did you have to? You don't know exactly where Philippa is. You probably could use a helping hand, a guide of sorts. Or, you know, is this how you thank those who serve you? I mean, I think we try to convince him that he still needs our help. Otherwise, we're just gonna end up fighting these guys, and I mean, we can do that anytime, right?
You don't know where Philippa's hiding. Not exactly, without me.
Fret not. We'll manage. Naturally, it would be easier with your help, but you irritate me. You know
Yeah,
too
same could be
much.
said of you.
You impede me too often. And
We
I
impede
find
you
your
too often.
arrogance
We who
and
gave you
annoyance.
the lead that led you to
Have
Philippa.
men
Is
killed
that so
for
now?
less. Follow me.
Alright.
Any last words?
Fuck! Free the Witcher, then Radovid.
Alright, I mean, you didn't really have to, Roach, but thanks you. Thank you very much. Always the bro. They're all damaged. Can, like, take them out in one hit. Also, may or may not be whacking the Temerians here. For Temeria!
Come on.
Oh. Okay, now can our friends actually die here? Usually, when they can, we'll see life bar.
Thanks for your help.
We had it
Man's
handled.
gone to hell. So be it. We'll improvise. Follow me, Geralt. We
All
must
right.
get to Radovid before reinforcements arrive.
Let's do it, Roach. There were some bolts in there, but so be it. Maybe an opportunity to finally loot in this area? Hold on. Ah, man, we missed the opportunity. Okay. These guys... Oh, we're not actually damaged, and you actually blocked that somehow? You're blocking this when I'm attacking from behind. I'm a little bit surprised that you can manage this. Oh, that was Vess. How are you blocking all these hits? I arted you. What? Okay, go for Axie, which is technically the way to stun you the most. What is this? You see this? He's not taking any damage. Are we actually supposed to only fight Radovid? Is that the thing? Or is that Radovid? Was that Radovid himself? No, that's a random Redanian soldier who's actually immune to damage until this very moment. Somehow. Okay, that's very strange. This one will die. Okay, we're running out of the Redanian soldiers, and I'd like to take this opportunity to finally loot this up on the bridge that we were not able to do for so long because there were always a bazillion guards here. So we could just take a minute here. I know we have important things that are going on right now. Also, those are explosive barrels right there. You know, we have some Temerian rye that we'd like to pick up. And whatnot. I mean, if we go too far, then I suspect we may even lose. Get a mission failed and whatnot. Either that or... Hey, what's up? What's up, dude? Upset the guards that might attack you? Really? You don't say. You don't say. Tell me more about that. There is some more loot back there, but, you know, perhaps this is good enough. Vess is just chilling. Hey, Vess. Okay, no, she's running away now. I was curious if she had anything special to say, but they may have just taken care of the remaining peoples here. And now, okay. Now we've got a witch hunter. You in theory might be a little bit tougher. Again, they just... What is the deal? We're definitely hitting them. And yet they... Like that. Fat. How did you not get damaged? Also, that actually really hurt. Current toxicity is such that that would kill us, except we actually should be healing with normal food instead. This guy! How does he do this? Is this a bug? Because it really looks like it. He's somehow blocking when he is stunned, when we are attacking him from a different angle, when he is taken when the animation of us hitting him plays. What is the deal? Why are you immune to damage? This makes no sense. Eventually, generally speaking, we were able to finally kill these people, but only after extended periods of time in which we were not able to hurt them at all. So I'm pretty confused about why this is happening. Doesn't seem to make much sense. Like that obviously was supposed to deal damage and yet it didn't. But I don't know why this is happening. I don't know how to fix/change it. Can we make one of those explosive barrels explode on you? I don't know. Okay. I would rather you not actually hit us though, because you actually do hit kind of hard. Like this is an explosive barrel. Can we like casually just kick this over toward you? Just roll it a bit. Hey, Witch Hunter, how's it going? Want to come a little bit closer maybe, so that we can blow this up in your face. No, come back the other way. Okay, like we're just gonna ignore this guy for now. We're just gonna keep on going. That's how this is gonna play out. We're gonna ignore these Witch Hunters until we actually make it to the end, where presumably we'll find RADOVID. Okay, we can actually hurt this one. So that's progress. These ones have shields. So, you know, that would actually make sense if they were blocking our damage. More so than what we were seeing before. We are also very close to leveling, so I mean, I would like to fight them. But, to a certain extent, it's just not possible. You're also Witch Hunter. Oh, RADOVID! Ooh, okay. Now they're all trying to fight us. Okay, that was a legitimate block. I'll give you that. But can we damage you? Or can we not damage you? Are you going to block everything? I mean, you generally, the Witch Hunters tend to be more skilled fighters. That hurt you, though. There we go. Okay, so that did work. And we have chopped off your legs. So that worked, too. That was totally, absolutely the objective. We also did just level up. And we get Dimeridium Shackles from the Witch Hunters, which is also not bad either. So there's actually a lot of looting potential here. Not gonna lie, that is kind of tempting. Did the Temerians finally... Roach is back here. Did the Temerians finally take out...
Greetings, Daryl.
Hey, greetings, Vess. Finally take out the unkillable Witch Hunters back here, perhaps. Just taking all this stuff. All we can. I hear something, but I'm not sure what. Okay, music is perhaps getting a little bit more intense. I feel like we, you know, maybe don't tempt fate here. And we actually move forward. Yeah, Roach and Vess maybe are actually capable of killing some of these people, even the ones that appear unkillable. And now we're encumbered, which, you know, we did ask for. That was kind of inevitable, that after picking up a bazillion items, that was going to end up happening. So why don't we drop the crossbow bolts, because those do carry some weight and generally are kind of tough to sell, if we can even sell them at all. It's going to drop some... Oh, I did not mean to equip that. Drop some random stuff here. Actually, the one that I was gonna drop is surprisingly valuable. What? Is this actually high level gear, I suppose? Is maybe partially the reason why this stuff is not as worthless as I might have expected. Which does make me hesitate just a bit here. I mean, of course we're encumbered, so like we kind of do need to drop something to make space. Looking for things that are below 200 value, like that. Okay, so now we're below threshold. At least, for the time being. But, you know, that sword is probably more valuable than the other ones, because it was a higher rarity, but, you know, we could play this game for a while, trying to maximize the value of the items that we're picking up here. But we've got a king to kill here, so, you know, let's move forward. Okay. Oh, that is one way to put on a Quen. And lose it immediately. Oh. Bad timing. that Witch Hunter Officer? Is that what that said? I think it does. That's an interesting title. What if we do some spin moves to take out the last one? Radovid is hiding in the corner. Of course he is. I mean, how much of a fighter is Radovid himself?
Open
I don't know.
I command you to open the door.
Do you now?
You needed merely to ask.
He is terrified. Did she blind him? I think she might have. And yeah, you know, she's
Settles the score.
not exactly going to make this the most peaceful
And
of
that was from the heart.
kills. Some brutality is required when it comes to Philippa, I'm afraid.
Forgive me. I could not deny myself the pleasure.
Yeah, like I said, kind of figured as much. And now she's going to turn into an owl and run away.
Where? Why? How the fuck?
It's like,
Eavesdropped on
what
us
did I just see?
Back at the warehouse.
What? And you didn't think it worth mentioning?
Lads, the time to discuss this is
Didn't really have time to chat.
Radovid is dead. It matters not by whose hand. Mission accomplished. Now let's get the hell away. Place will be thick with Redanians in minutes.
Let's go.
Okay, but, like, what now? Ding dong, the king is dead. But we still have not really spent much time planning about what comes next. Or at least, you haven't told us. Tuller's like, what have we done?
Well, what? Is it done?
It's done. Though all did not go according to plan. More on
Alright,
that
save
later.
it for later.
First, a stiff drink and a toast. The
Sure!
North. Temeria.
Temeria!
Like, can we be sticking around here
Temeria.
when there are probably people who, you know, are going to try to come after us after we committed regicide? It's kind of a big deal. You know? We should probably be on the run? Isn't it a little too early to celebrate, perhaps? Maybe I'm crazy here, but it feels like, you know, we're getting a little bit complacent. Feels like. So, like I said, in some ways I do kind of want Temeria to take the north, but at the same time, it's not really the time. Sure. Just in case
Temeria.
they are concerned about us not supporting Temeria.
What now, Roach? A new guerrilla campaign against the Black Ones?
No. The war just ended.
How's that? There's something I don't know about?
I'd say so. You see, tomorrow at noon, the commander of Army Group Center will sign a truce in Amir's name. A truce whose wording we agreed with Dijkstra.
So
Whoa.
back there in Velen, when the trolls nabbed you?
Yes, I was returning from the last round of talks. Amir will keep Edion and Lyria, but in exchange for Radovid's head and a stop to guerrilla activities, he will withdraw from Temeria.
Which will
Wow.
become the Empire's vassal state.
Self-ruled internally, with its own courts, administrative structures and army.
Roach is not
The
pleased.
silver lilies will bloom neath the rays of the great sun. So I'd say were I a poet. But I'm not. So all I'll say is there was no other fucking way.
Ooh. Roach? You? And Nilfgaard? What? I mean, that's really, my first reaction is really, I don't know, that diplomacy does not really seem like Amir's way. It seems more like the kind of thing that he'd say he's planning to do, and then he'll turn right around and when you least expect it, send a ginormous army to take you over. So, I am not so quick to trust Emir with this. Then again, you know, if it's technically a vassal state of Nilfgaard, maybe that's enough to satisfy him, but is he really gonna have his thousands of soldiers just turn around and head back to Nilfgaard? I don't know about that. Not when he's right on the cusp of, or at least in his eyes, right on the cusp of taking over the North, especially after Radovid goes down. For him, this is, if anything, just all the more of an opportunity for him to take over the North. We've just made it easier for him. That was basically what I was saying before, is that's my concern, is that if Emir was, well, not if he's trying to take the North, he is trying to take the North, and we just made life a whole lot easier. So, I think all of these things. So I hope we get the chance to talk about all these things, but I think, first of all, let's just try to get more information. Give us more of the story, please.
Haven't told me the whole truth.
You're right on that account. We know you're bloody allergic to politics. Decided to emphasise majors and whatnot.
It's an interesting perspective.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. That but this blow might be the be-all and end-all here.
What's that?
Vakmeth, Act 1, Scene 7. Always wanted to play that. Never cast as anything but a halberdier. Geralt, what Tala told you, put it out of your mind. There will be no truce with Nilfgaard.
Yeah.
Dania, under my enlightened rule, will fight on.
And yeah, it does sound like
and when it does,
Siggy is trying to take the throne here, and it's basically saying that he is now king of Redania.
Wow, this is not what we plough and agreed.
Yep.
True. Instead, we insisted on one realm's questionable sovereignty, and to recover it, we gave Emir virtually all the North's other kingdoms. It was not a wise arrangement, so no deal.
Alright.
I will not allow this.
Yep. Knew it wasn't going to be that straightforward, right?
Should be the first to understand I've no choice.
Oh.
Why the hell would I understand?
Because you too are a patriot. Geralt, this doesn't concern you. You may go. Fare thee well on your path, or whatnot.
I won't let you kill them, if that's what you're saying.
Can't let you kill them, Dijkstra.
Oh, hard luck. Then you'll die with them.
Really, Dijkstra?
Kill them all.
You can't imagine that you're actually going to succeed in this endeavor. Never pick a fight with a Witcher. You should have known better. Is Dijkstra himself going to fight? I don't know. But I don't care how many henchmen you have. Yeah, so, I mean, that is Dijkstra, and yes, we are fighting him. Okay, and it did kind of seem as if this was going to happen at some point. It was going to be Dijkstra's way, or, well, this. There was no negotiating with him at the end of the day.
Bloody hell! Bugger me sideways!
That was close. Very close.
It's hardly over. The envoy, due to meet the Nilfgaardians tomorrow. No doubt Dijkstra ordered him killed. We'll need to protect him.
Sorry, you're on your own.
You've had your fill of politics, I understand. Once it's over, come to Vizima. You'll be received with honors. Farewell, Wolf.
Oh, okay. So, Dijkstra is dead. And, yes, so basically, he was scheming. There was a series of people double-crossing each other, keeping information behind their backs, and, well, yeah, so it was what? Dijkstra and the rest of our group was, at least on the surface, planning to kill Radovid so that they could then, theoretically, carry out a deal with Emir and the Nilfgaardians to form a truce. That was what Taller and Roach were assuming was actually going to be the case. However, in truth, we found, as we casually loot their bodies, that, and we will get encumbered from this, but we probably have a fast travel spot close enough that may not be much of an issue. But, however, Dijkstra was, as he always does, withholding information, and his real plan was to unite the Northern Realms together to fight against Nilfgaard, which, to tell you the truth, I didn't have much issue with. That I was fine with. But as soon as you threaten to kill Roach, which I didn't realize was actually what you were trying to do initially, I thought you were just being like, okay, don't make any sudden movements here, Roach. I'm the king now, I'm the ruler now, and what I say goes. And if you had left it at that, and you were willing to just let Roach and Vess walk away unharmed, then we would have been fine. But as soon as it said, or as soon as it implied that you were actually going to kill Roach, I was like, no. That's where I draw the line. Sorry, Dijkstra. Maybe there was still a chance we might have been able to talk you out of it, but at the end of the day, nobody messes with Roach. He's my bro. Should have known better. So, what will come of all that stuff? I don't know. Is it still possible to unite the North? Possibly. Is it just going to be all Temeria all the time, and Redania is truthfully no more? Like I was saying before, if that is the case, then I suspect Nilfgaard probably will be able to just outright overpower them. So, this is kind of the risk I was saying that we were taking. And one that I was not thrilled about was that by taking down Radovid, the domino effect was such that ultimately we're probably making life easier for Amir. And I think that's what we're probably going to see happen. And if we can stop that from happening and have Temeria survive, and that is probably what I'd still like to do, but at this point, that may be no longer possible. We are encumbered. We are currently standing next to the shopkeeper, but he is currently asleep. Perhaps because it is precisely midnight. So we'll rest it up and sell this stuff to the person who's now standing directly in front of us.
Top-notch swords.
Okay. And we did sell things to you recently, so there's a chance you're not doing well monetarily. No, you have a decent amount, so we should be able to still sell some things to you. Okay, this is actually such a high level item that it has higher base damage than our existing sword, which is a little bit crazy, though we are now level 34, which does mean that we can finally make and use the Mastercrafted Witcher gear. So that's exciting. That may be next on our list. But for right now, let's just sell this stuff. Actually, we might be better served selling this stuff to IBR. It may not matter. May not matter much, but since we are about to spend a bunch of money with IBR, might just make a little bit more sense. I mean, truthfully, probably work out either way. But we'll head on over and we can theoretically summon Roach. But yeah, so like, what would Redania ruled by Siggy be like? That's an interesting question. And, you know, Siggy, as interesting as he was, he's, I mean, kind of like Philippa, not exactly someone that I would be terribly trustful of as a ruler. And we saw as soon as he took power, he was looking to abuse that power. Which, you know, sure, you could probably say that that's likely to be the case of just about anyone in the Witcher world. But, I don't know, in some ways it feels like Roach is perhaps one of the few people who is not that way. Oh, hold on. We are headed toward, I just autopiloted. And by autopiloted, I mean not actually just hold the autopilot button, but just mentally assume that we are following the quest marker there, which is not what we're looking to do. We actually want to go to IBR, which I totally lost track of, although he is actually in this direction. But yeah, so I think that, you know, sure, we saw at least one instance of Siggy as soon as he attempted to claim power, and, you know, was that part of the plan for him to assume that role as new king of Redania? Did others agree to that? Maybe, maybe not. Something tells me there probably wasn't much negotiation to be had there. Siggy wouldn't have it any other way. But, you know, as soon as he took that role, he immediately started to abuse that power. Who knows what he would have done if we had given him even more opportunity to do that. So, yeah. I think I said it previously before we got into that whole ordeal that I didn't really want him to be the leader of Redania. But again, you know, they gave us no information, so I really would have liked to have known from the get-go what the plan was, and they didn't tell us. Would we have changed our plan if they had told us? Maybe not, to tell you the truth. But, of course, there's still more to be resolved on that front. But anyways, that's an aside. For now, let's talk to IPR.
Greetings, IPR.
Greetings, Geralt. How might I be of help?
Alright, so, this time round, we're going to make the best gear we can possibly make. And we'll sell some stuff a little bit first.
Listen, would you craft something for me?
Oh, except that was the craft button. Alright, we'll craft, and then we'll end up doing the selling. No, tell you what. No, you're specifically going to do weapons, not armor. And it would be Joanna we need for the armor. Did we might have already made the mastercrafted weapons from IPR. I think we did, to tell you the truth. To tell you what, I think we're actually looking at the wrong guy. At least for that. Hey, Roach, what's up? Photobombing us. You do still...
Listen,
why is the crafting option the first option for you? And for everyone else, selling is the first option there? But anyways, we can do the shop this way. Assuming, yes, you will let us do that. So yeah, you do still have the best prices, or at least tied with the armor we were just talking to recently. So we'll still sell this stuff to you. But we will definitely go to Joanna for the mastercrafted armor, because we've not made that yet. Whereas I'm pretty sure we made the mastercrafted swords. We just threw them in our stash, and we'll just want to pick those up. But no need to craft additional ones there. And these are just all the various weapons that we picked up from the various enemies. The Redanian guards and soldiers and witch hunters and whatnot. And it does add up to, I think that was a couple thousand, maybe. But we did also pick up some dimeradium shackles, which are good for dismantling. Just a couple of them here. Get some glowing ore. Does cost a bit, but it's still less than what we got just then from selling all those weapons. And I'm sure we'll break down a little bit of other stuff. Just give ourselves a little bit more weight to work with here. Maybe even the sheepskin. Anyway. It costs 11 for a second. I was looking at the 48. I was like, we really want to do that? 11's still a little bit pricey for something that we probably don't really need. Might have preferred to just sell it rather than dismantle it, but so be it. We'll take it, and then might just dismantle the skulls to actually free ourselves of that weight, even if the ashes are pretty useless. Costs 2 coins, so not really a huge deal there. And I think in that case, we're pretty good here. Oh, and the shirts we could sell. Those are technically crafting materials that we do need for making some of the armors, and so we might actually need those possibly as soon as right now. So, or at least as soon as we go over to Joanna. So I think we'll hold on to them.
So long.
And to Joanna we go. Although, why not just nab this real quick? Okay. And we can run again. So that's good. Except, we need a fast travel spot. Let's head over. Roach is just chilling. Sure, we'll let Roach wander the streets. We do also have the skill point that we got from leveling up, so we can use that. Let's see. I think we now have access to the final row of the combat tree. We do. So what were we most looking forward to here? Not crippling strikes. Sunder armor reduce enemy damage resistance by 5%. I think that was one of the ones we were thinking we would want to take. Deadly precision. Each adrenaline point gains 1% chance of killing the opponent instantly. That is pretty cool. I mean, it's a 1% chance, and we can only upgrade it one more time after that. So that means in total 2% chance, which is pretty low. Oh, but each adrenaline point adds 1% chance of killing the opponent instantly. Oh, yeah, I thought that was just a flat 1%. Okay, no, I take that back. It's a little bit higher than that. That's the adrenaline point gain 1%. What is our maximum adrenaline pointage at the moment? Can we see that here? You can kind of tell from the UI. It looks like it's 3. Might be other skills that we can do that give us more here. And we can get the more quick adrenaline point generation, but can we actually increase the maximum amount of adrenaline charges, adrenaline points. Well, let's see. This is, we basically don't lose adrenaline points when we take damage. Do we have that active? We do. That might be something that we opt to remove here, because we do have all of our skill points taken right now. It's nice, but it's convenient, but, you know, of course, ideally we're not taking damage, so we aren't losing adrenaline points to begin with, so maybe that's what ends up going to make room for our next one. Undying just spends the adrenaline points, right, to bring us back to life, and this did bail us out not long ago. Razor Focus instantly gain 1 adrenaline point when entering combat. Adrenaline points generated by sword blows is increased, so yeah, this is great adrenaline point generation, but we don't actually have maximum adrenaline point gains just yet. So I think this is what, in that case, is a 3% chance from the first upgrade at most, and could go up to a 6% chance after our second upgrade. And 6% is, it's a little bit more likely. Bear in mind that it doesn't necessarily need to be our first hit to get the killing blow. That'd be ideal if we just tap our opponent once and then they immediately drop. But then again, you know, if we're halfway through the fight and then we get the insta-kill to trigger, that's still not bad. I suppose you could make the case, though, that, I mean, does this work against both normal, random, generic enemies and bosses as well? Because, you know, if we're, like, fighting the final boss, and then we walk up to him, poke him once, and then he just keels over, that's kind of anticlimactic. So in some ways, from a gameplay standpoint, I feel like, although it may be powerful, it might spoil some of the fun. So I don't know if we actually want to go that route. Critical hits dealt with the crossbow, no way. Then we have Flood of Anger. When casting a sign, 3 adrenaline points, if available, will be consumed to upgrade the sign to its highest level, unlocking all bonuses, and increase sign intensity by 25%. This is really strong, especially if we level it up all the way, then I think that'd go up to perhaps 125% increased sign intensity, which is pretty huge. And the problem with that is just, will we have enough skill points to actually go all the way into that? Because in many ways, this is almost like, or at least it feels like, the replacement for going into the sign part of the tree. You know, if we had basically deliberately avoided taking any skill points in signs, focused entirely on combat, and then just gone as quickly as possible to Flood of Anger, then we could get maybe even just as much of a bonus out of this than we could from getting the all the sign upgrades. Was this a random sign, or is it when casting a sign? I suppose it could be any sign you choose to cast. 3 adrenaline points available will be consumed to upgrade the sign to the highest level, unlocking all bonuses. I mean, that's crazy powerful. It's just that it has a lot of overlap with the upgrades that we've already made on the sign trees, so a little bit conflicted for that reason. So I think, at least in the short term, Sunder Armor is the most consistent with the direction that we've been taking with our skill tree. If we were, say, to use one of those items that resets our skill tree, then I might consider going with Flood of Anger and deliberately avoiding the other sign upgrades on the sign part of the tree and just focusing, or relying entirely on this for all of our sign damage, sign intensity. But since that's not currently the case, I think we take Sunder Armor, and we'll probably replace our ability that prevents us from losing adrenaline points when we take damage. So let's throw you on, where is it? Here. I mean, this one is fully upgraded. So in some ways, it's unfortunate to lose a fully upgraded ability, but I think this was an ability that even when we were allocating these skill points, we said to ourselves, you know, we don't love this ability. We're mostly just using points in this part of the tree so that we can unlock the next row, and that's where we actually want to get stuff like precise blows. So I think this was mostly just a means to an end. And so for that reason, maybe we don't feel that bad about unallocating it. And once we continue to upgrade the sign that we just took, then, or the upgrade that we just took, then it should just continue to outpace the one that we just got rid of.
The storm, damn it.
I remembered! Not exactly. Okay, so I am very curious to see what ends up happening to the Redanians now. But, so what is next on the list here? Let's see. I mean, yes, there's Free Spirit, but that's going to be an awfully tough one to make happen here. No reason to look at those. No Witcher contracts remaining here. So I think the answer is... Oh, right. What am I saying? We were going over to pick up the upgraded armor. Mastercrafted armor from Joanna. That's why we're headed over to our fast travel spot. So, you are at Crow's Perch, which is up here. There we go.